Okay, guys. Well, it feels like as soon as we clean up one thing, there's more things to clean up. But this mum, actually, that I put over here is doing okay. That stupid dewberry's come back. The dahlias look a little rough, but they're still here, putting out flowers. The roses come and go. I wish I could find a morning, right, where there's just an extra beautiful, thing of roses for you to see how pretty these bullseye roses can be. But looks like some of the beans are making a bit of a comeback. Right here, not so much, but over on that corner and over here, they look okay. You'll notice that I have really dramatically cut back the blackberries, and that is intentional. We'll kind of be careful about that. But I've got some Texas tomato cages. I'm going to put one here, I'm going to put one there, and we will get these kind of in a better position. I weeded. Looks like one decided to come back. And I've got some of the Eden rose back on the trellis. So there's that. I know. Got a chicken proof. Oh, Lord. This is what happens when you don't come out for a week, guys. And that is really my life. I come out on the weekends because it's too hot and I can't bear it. So look, I done missed me a giant. Look, missed me a giant cucumber. It's too far gone, but we're gonna eat it. I'm gonna set it right here. I might need to find some pepper cages to put these peppers in. But like these cucumbers growing up into these apple trees, so I just kind of like sit here and stare into the apple trees and see if I'm oh good spider, dude, that get off of the spider. Oh, spider web. So here, like this one, I stare into the apple trees and find cucumbers. So that's the plan. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get started on the normal place to start. Man, I'm loving these zinnias. I am loving. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, the fruity petals rose. Hey, good looking out, fruity petals. Look at you. You are so spiny. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really wasn't wanting it to put on a flower. I wanted it to grow this year, but I'm not going to take it off. Like, I'm not going to remove that beautiful blossom. So my hubs was very helpful, and he put up a wire right there to keep this from going over into that bed. So thankfully, most of this stuff, and like this one, I'm going to get back here and tuck under there. So anyway, wow, guys, look. Oh my gosh, look. So those two ground cherries have put on so much growth. The ginger's looking amazing. Oh my goodness, that's hit the top. This longevity spinach, these freaking oak babies, guys. Like, will it ever end? Katuk. I'm so excited about that katuk. You guys don't even know. Look at this. Okay, so this is a longevity spinach, and that is the sweet tea vine. Oh my gosh, look at it, guys. Look at it, guys. Yes, look. I just wound that up. Oh, maybe it'll actually start winding. Maybe it'll start winding. Oh, I'm so happy. That stuff has struggled us all year. So the fact that it even hit the trellis, I'm thrilled. I don't know what to do with this. This was supposed to be the hot weather green, right? This, what's it called? New Zealand spinach. It's not. It doesn't love it here. It does not like it where I put it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Something fell and knocked over a bunch of biz. Oh well. That's a lavender. That still looks good. This is a basil. That is a really pathetic looking ground cherry. Okay. This has got to get put back up. That looks happy. The Japanese Okinawan spinach. Huh. Okay. Well, let's take this. You'll see I did actually cut down that rosenweed. I don't know that it did much good, but I did cut it down. Oh my god. Okay. Ow. Hold on. Ugh. You get to see me really struggle. There we go. That's what we're doing with that right now. Okay. Well, the rhubarb's not dead, but since it's going to be 102 degrees next week, like every day next week, I think that it probably is going to be by the end of next week, which is disappointing, but, I was kind of preparing for that, but I don't know. I would like it if it didn't die. That'd be great. This is those, what are those called? What are you called? Spanish needles. So they got tall and I guess they fell over. But I need them to not shade out this sweet goldenrod. This is sweet goldenrod. This is my mom. May have to trim these up or just like lean them back this away maybe. And I see more oak babies. That is driving me insane. It's just my nemesis, oak babies. Wow. Look at that. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, you should be a lot more focused than us. That's annoying that it won't stay in focus. But anyway, that is a Sunseeker's grapefruit. Echinacea. And that's the first bloom I've gotten off of it this year. And it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. And look, let's just start from the bottom. Move our way up. And look at all of those beautiful pea flowers. That's what I'm talking about. This native pea has come all the way up this trellis. And sorry, my dog is doing zoomies. It's hit the top. It's going over. I did put some one of the seed pods from here over there to see if we can get it to meet in the middle. But if it doesn't, that's fine. I'll do it in the spring. But yeah, I am really pleased with how that turned out. Could not be happier. So yeah. Let's see. That blueberry's still hanging on. Goji berries Gumi berries putting on new growth. I cut back the chives. They look really nice since I cut them back. This is just kind of being what it is this year. I'm going to mess with the beans next year. That looks good, but I can see some pigeon pea or whatever that weird weedy legume is over there. That's definitely looking a little better since I filled in around it. The loofahs are climbing. Okay. Ugh, these Carolina strawberries may end up being my path fillers. I don't know. That's what it's looking like. I could stop it, but I'm not going to. Oh no. My wallflower died. Man, I'm so disappointed in that. Well, I was hoping wallflowers might be something that would be like a perennial flower in my area, but clearly not. They cannot take the heat of my summer, and that's just how it is sometimes. That's disappointing. I'm thinking, guys, that I might top this pear tree a little lower down, like here, so that it puts out some other lateral branches right around here, because I need to be able to pick on this thing. So I think that's what, oh gosh. I left some of these wing peas too long. Clearly. So they're pretty tough, like they're pretty hard. This one is short as it is, it's still pretty hard. And I'm breaking these because I want more. I don't want them to stop making the seeds. Just toss those down there. Definitely some weeds down here, but these white marigolds, and when they say white, they're usually just like a cream colored white. Really beautiful. Couldn't be happier about that. Gotta be careful where I step. Oh, you've got to get tucked back in there. Please don't be up in my hair. That just freaks me out a little bit. Yeah, I left these, really. So when they're in the edible stage, right, they aren't going to break like this. They're going to bend, right? Because they're still tender. Like this one's still bendy. I'm bending it a lot and I'm barely, yeah, okay, it broke, but that one I would still eat. That's still pretty tender. Ooh, look, I'm missing so many. Look at this. I don't know, maybe somebody else can tell me if these are still an edible stage, but I wouldn't eat these. They're pretty fibrous to me at that stage. So I'm thrilled at these marigolds though. These are gorgeous. And that's what the flowers look like. I've been wanting to get a picture of the flowers for you guys so that you could see what they really look like. So that spotted bee balm is just coming into flower, looking good. I need you to put on a little more life, pomegranate. You look so rough. The weeds are never ending. That's for darn sure. And so far, I don't hear a lot of seeds, but I'm anticipating after next week when it's 105 degrees, we'll have some seeds shaking around in there. And I'm going to cut this down next weekend regardless. I'm going to cut that stalk, but I am going to cut that stalk of the Canna Lily. And yeah, that's the plan. So I can see some weeds back here. So Oh, look, I'm pretty excited that this purple leaf plantain, I've tried to grow it several times and it just never really took. So this one finally took and is putting on seeds. So hopefully there'll be a whole field of purple leaf plantain here next year. That'd be cool. Okay, so that's our perennial garden. And let's look here. That's a Celine. These red flowers are Celine. Volunteer zinnias, which are kind of a really pretty little between pink and fuchsia pink, somewhere in between them there. Definitely some weeds back here. Basil's on its way out because it's gonna go to seed here soon. These tomatoes are definitely on their way out. After 102 next week, these are gonna be toast, so I'll probably cut those at the base and yank them. This is nice. The Peggy Martin rose still looks good. Oh no, I need to get in here and water. Oh, I didn't clean this up from last week, but I did get in and clean up that from some of the weeds and the overgrowth. Problem is now, right, it's gonna be 102 degrees. There's not a lot to shade out anything in here, and it's gonna be very dry. So I'm gonna have to really try and get out here and water, and that's difficult for me because it's so freaking hot. So I'll get out here, I'll water this stuff. I don't know what's up with that pot, but that one pot is retaining so much moisture. The rest of these are dry as a bone, and that one's like, yay, we're wet. Anyway, those snapdragons are still in that pot with flowers coming in. That's pretty remarkable. Okay, so here we have pepper, putting on peppers. Bedouin tomato, it might make it through the heat, we'll see. Those are cute. Marina's Pride, don't think that's gonna really do much after the heat, but we'll see. I'm gonna tuck you back in here, cucumber, because you're in my way. This dahlia, I cut that back, but it should bounce back just fine. Oh, I'm gonna come put a sleeve on that and get that out of the way, and put a sleeve on that one. I didn't take these ones down, those are probably rotten in there. Oh, I probably left this one way too long. Oh no, okay. Well, I mean, that's not the best way to take a tomato off. Let's look at it, guys, because I'm impatient. Because I'm very impatient. Let's see, what do you look like, tomato? Dang, that's a nice looking tomato. All right, some cat facing. Ew, some splitting, but we'll take it. I'll take cat facing and splitting as long as it's not covered in 15 billion leaf-footed bug bites, because that just grosses me out. Okay, cut down a lot of the grapes, so my poor little blueberries are getting some light. And we're probably going to get rid of this grape because it's putting roots into the blueberry bed. I know it is. When I redid this, there was roots from the grapes all up in here, so we're going to get rid of these grapes if we can. Aren't you pretty? Too much light. Aren't you pretty? And then maybe put some roses on here instead, but whatever it is not going to be these grapes. I would keep them if they were producing grapes, but they're not producing grapes. They're just taking nutrients from other important things. Okay. I don't know what to do with this. I really want to need this up a little higher, but it is what it is. My melons that I planted look really struggle bus. It might just be a lack of water. So again, I need to come in here and water really good. I need a weed apparently, because this is a little much going up in this bed. So we need to get rid of these weeds. That's ridiculous. This is a really vibrant red. I'm kind of loving it. I don't know what's going on with these tomatoes. I anticipate after next week when it's 102 that all of these beds are just going to get cleared out, and that's fine. And they'll be done for the year because I'm not doing anything for the fall. At least right now, my brain says no. Ochres. Gotta come out and get my ochres. These look great. Gotta come weed the nut sedge out of here consistently, but we'll redirect these for a while. There will come a point where I can't just redirect them. and we'll weed eat them when that happens. But goji berries look terrible. Happens every year. Not worried. These look good. The cucumbers look rough. Cucumbers need some more water, it looks like, definitely. So, need to come and water that. Super happy about these Lysianthus. Like, they're just gorgeous. Ooh, okay. So, so, I'm gonna put you in here. Here's what I want you guys to see. Rampant pumpkin vines. These are all C. machata, Cucurbita machata. Definitely squash vine borer damage. So I know squash vine borers have been in here. I know their larva has hatched and hit some of these vines, but they're gonna outgrow these squash vine borers. And this is to be expected. I'm gonna, come on, pick it up. Whoopsie daisy. Hopefully I don't break this little squash vine. I'm gonna pull it through here. And, okay, so this right here, guys, and this you can see here, that's why I do this, because everywhere a C. machata touches down, it's going to put out a new root. And that means when a squash vine borer comes and decimates an earlier root area, that the vine does not care. So this and the rest of those, they'll come over here. They'll climb up here. They will climb over everything. That's what C. machata does. They are rampant vines. But in the south, where the squash vine borer is horrifying, we need it to be that rampant. We have to give it the space to roam and root and take on extra places to get nutrients from, so that when the squash vine borer hits one place, it just laughs it off. So I'm expecting this will take over. I'm expecting these sweet potato vines will climb up with it. I've watched sweet potato vines climb up too. So they'll just kind of compete, and I've just got to keep it out of the pathways. So the weed eater will come in place for that. I took out the ochres here. They just weren't doing anything useful for me. Gave a little more light to these Swiss chard. I don't know what's going on with this tomatillo. It's not making any, it's too hot probably to make more flowers and berries, which is fine. I wasn't getting a whole lot of them anyway. But you're going to watch me, well, next week you'll see. I'm going to pull these vines in, right? That vine will take off back there. So anyway, and the yam is also taking over. So this is kind of my wild area where a lot of things can just kind of fight it out, and I'm okay with that, and I'm happy about it. Just need to make some water. Need to get some watering going on in here. Cucumbers and tomatoes. I'm excited about that. I've been getting a lot of good big tomatoes this year from that Uluku okra. And okay, let's go see what's going on over here. Okay. All right, so I cut the base of all these tomatoes. I will gather these tomatoes here because these are going to be potatoes. I didn't cut this one off because this Uluku, I don't know, ochre, has been such a producer of beefsteak, great tasting tomatoes, that I really hesitate to take it down. So I want to see if it can make it through the hot part of the year and still give me tomatoes. Now, I did not take the Juliet down because you can't see maybe how many flowers are on there, but I can. It's a ton. We need to just keep these watered. These loofahs vines will spread over all of these trellises and kind of give the potatoes a little shade when they get started, which is good because, like I said, for the next month or two, it's going to be 100+ degrees. So, wow, we got to get out here and weed eat and mow. So my replacement comfrey, I've noticed, is basically pink flowers, which I'm okay with, but I need to get an edging, like a rock edge for this. Mulberry weed. This little purple leaf elderberry has been struggling since I planted it here, but I can't do much about it. Yay, purple water lily. That is some grass growing up in my irises. I need to get that. Okay, look, we're not even going to talk about this area. That's just all mulberry weed right there. And I see some morning glory back there. Nope, I'm not even talking about it. We're going to pretend that doesn't exist right now. Hi, bye-byes. Oh Lord, you want to come inside? You're gonna come in anyway, so okay. Oh. This is flamingo flowers, flamingo feather, celosia, edible green in the summer. I planted it a couple years, but because I drag most of my compost from here and out, these seeds pop up all over the garden, and I'm okay with it. Like, I'm fine. That's a basil. That's why that's there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have all the summer greens I could ever want, but also it's a little too much. I'm gonna have to come just probably cut some off and give it to the rabbits. Wow, that's all mulberry weed back there too. Oh, I'm gonna pay for that. Oh no, I'm gonna pay for that so much next year when there's mulberry seeds, weed seeds everywhere. But the zinnias I planted are looking nice. This looks terrible. I don't know what to do with that. I need to. So usually every spring I get into the ponds, I clean them out and, you know, redo them, and I didn't do that this year, so. Okay. I see beans. Lots of beans. I see sweet taters. Lots of sweet taters. That's what the plan was here. They're going to fight it out. What I don't see is some of these peppers. They're going to need to spring their way up real quick if they're going to make it. This tomato looks terrible, but it actually keeps putting on kind of beefsteak type tomatoes, so we're not going to get rid of it. Oh Lord, I'm going to have to tie these popolo up, or they're going to get, ooh, it smells so good in the, what are you doing? Why is there a bean on you? Oh, you're weighed down with peppers, and there's a bean trying to climb you. No sir, Mr. Bean. Although maybe I should have done that, because now these peppers are heavy and nowhere to lean. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna come harvest them today anyway, and then that'll fix that. So, okay. Bubba, you hiding. I can almost not even see you. Okay, so habanadas. Lots of peppers on the habanadas. These are the baby habanadas I planted that are not growing as quickly, but clearly because there's a bunch of shade now. The peanuts are still alive. I don't know if they're making peanuts, but they're alive. These Peppa Peach stripes. This is one Peppa Peach stripey. Like, oh my goodness. I'm cool. I'm happy, but oh wow, that's a big one. Shade now, all the biz. Still manages to be some weeds. I'm not surprised. Oh, look, I missed them. Oh no. Oh well, I'll grab those and use them for seeds. And then back here, definitely gonna go get my green peppers again. We've been roasting them and freezing them, mostly because I get a good amount, but not, I need to have at least 4 cans to put into the pressure canner, and I never get enough for 4 cans at once. So we're just freezing them and calling it a day. Oh Lord, this Gandalf. I am definitely planting that again next year. Just never quits. Even with all this. And it's fallen over like 4 times. Still running strong. Got a good beefsteak off of this one a week ago, but I don't see another one, and it's in the shade, so I'm thinking even though the 102 is coming, that maybe this one will be okay. So clearly I have not been able to outpace the growth and ripening speed of these Everglades tomatoes, because some of them are just popping and like rotting on the vine. It is what it is. Hey, we got like one sad looking bean. That's so sad. Again, too hot, but I want these bean vines first because they give shade, and we need it this time of year, and second because in the fall, in a month or so, they're going to start making beans again. I expect. I don't know for sure, but I expect that is what will happen. Okay, I'm looking here on the melon. Okay, I see flowers. I see flowers on our melons. I don't see melons yet, but that's okay. I see flowers. I'm gonna tuck you right there and hope that if you get a melon, you can hold yourself up. Sir, what are you doing? Just in case you're wondering, this is rattlesnake beans. It's dead of summer. Most beans are barely hanging on for their lives, and the rattlesnake bean is voraciously finding other places to be. So, rattlesnake bean for the win if you live in the deep south. Oh no, Look at you, you sad little thing. Here, let's put you up here. And maybe you'll cling on to something. Watch out, Bubba. So here, I'm going to, let's see if I left this one too long and it got rotten. Nope. Oh, that's a good one. Hold on, guys. It's pretty ripe, but it's not overripe. It's just like pretty perfect. We'll look at this one in a sec. Anyway, I'm gonna cut all these down in a week or two to make room for the potatoes that I'm gonna put here. I don't want to hear it about don't put potatoes after tomato. I don't care. I don't have that kind of space. Okay, so anyway, that's what's gonna happen here. That may trigger these. There is some. I'll leave whatever that tomato is. That's growing literally 20 feet up. So 12 feet maybe. But anyway, that might cause these rattlesnake beans to die because there's not going to be any shade on the roots. And that's just something that I'm willing to, let happen. Okay, so this is dead. This is just straight up crap. So bad. Look at this, so bad. Oh my goodness. Raspberries are turning brown and not really ripening, probably because it's way too hot. But there are some red ones back there I can see. New ones coming on. I expect any of these new ones will just die in the heat. But I will come out and water it and hope for the best. But yeah, dude, it's getting wild and woolly out here. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna turn this because I'm gonna put this back on. Let's see what this tomato looks like, guys. Oh. A split butt. This is an ulukuku ochre or whatever. None of the other ones on the other side were left alone long enough to get this big, I think. But dang, that's a big one. I mean, dang, that's a big one. All right. Say bye, Charlie. Bye. We'll see you guys next weekend.